Hi, my name is Bill Brown, and I'm one of the boot fitters and one of the owners here at Ski Barn and Ski Barn Durango. And we are putting this video together to help you at home with tools that you have at home to figure out what type of ski boot that you need to purchase. We're also doing this to help you if you have gone to skibarndurango.com and booked a Zoom call meeting consultation with one of the Ski Barn experts. So the first thing we're going to do with the piece of paper is we're going to trace our foot so that we can measure it with a tape measure. And there's two things that we want to do here. We want to measure the foot unweighted and weighted, because when you weight the foot, your foot gets bigger. And so we're just collecting information right now to help figure out what boot's going to fit the best. So the more information we get, the better. So, and I've done this numerous times, and I've done it usually 2 or 3 times every time I've done this process, because it gets a little sloppy sometimes, and try to get the best trace you can. So I'm gonna put my foot down on a hard surface on the piece of paper, and I'm gonna take the pen and I'm just gonna slowly trace my foot unweighted. It's better if you have a thin sock, because when we fit you in a ski boot, you wanna have a thin sock also. So then, once I got my trace, don't move your foot. Go ahead and stand up and take a different colored pen and trace that foot. And it is almost an art, because it does take a couple turns. The darker line is unweighted, and the red line is weighted. And I have a flat foot, so you can see here my arch got wider and my toe got longer, okay? And the reason why we do this is this may measure unweighted, I may be at 26.5, weighted, I may be at 27.5, okay? So then, once we've done that, we are gonna measure the length with a tape measure, and then the widest part of the forefoot with a tape measure. At that point, take those measurements to skibarndurango.com to the sizing chart. And we have a chart that converts the tape measure to the Mondo point measurement of a ski boot, which is a centimeter measurement. Okay, now that we've traced the foot and gotten those measurements, so now we have the length, we have the width, we have it weighted and unweighted. Now I need you to go to skibarndurango.com, and we're gonna put a video or a graphic up that's gonna show you the different arch heights, okay? So, this is a low arch, and notice the top of the foot is also very low, right? And this is what I'd consider a medium arch with a medium instep, okay? There's low, medium, and high. And the reason why we need to know that is because if you have a high instep, maybe we're gonna put you into a Lang or a Rossi type boot. Low insteps, there's Technicas and Salomon. So the boot fitter in your consultation, that is a very important piece of information of how to get you the right boot that's gonna fit not only the length and the width of your foot, but also the top of your foot. Okay, so we have the measurements, we've looked at the arch heights. Last thing for your Zoom meeting consultation, that would be super helpful, I know it would be super helpful for me if I'm dealing with you, is take a picture standing up of the top of your foot, of the arch while you're weighting your foot in the ankle. I want to see what's happening here with your foot, right? And then take a picture of the outside of your foot. And if you could bring that to the Zoom meeting, that's super helpful for me trying to figure out what boot I need to put on you. All right, to wrap things up, guys, we've taken the measurements, we've looked at the charts, we've taken pictures. The other information that'd be really helpful is, what are you skiing in now? What do you like about that boot or not like about that boot? Is it too tight on the top of your foot, or your toes hitting, your heels not staying? Maybe it's too tight or too loose around your calf. Also, maybe you're renting boots at this time. What size boots are you renting? Any information like that will be super helpful. So if you can make some notes and come to the meeting, because the meetings are 40 minutes long, which should be plenty of time, but all the information we can get is only gonna help us to get you in the best fitting boot that we can find. One of the reasons why Ski Barn Durango decided to do these Zoom meetings is that buying boots, ski boots in particular, are tough to do in person. It's extremely hard to purchase a ski boot online. As you can see, there's so many different choices. And the reason why we have so many different choices is because they all fit differently. They fit calves differently, forefoot differently, instep heights differently. And so I was trying to figure out a way of how I could get the customer in my showroom that possibly lives anywhere in the country. And a lot of you live in places where there's not a ski boot fitter around the corner. And so hopefully by having a consultation with Ski Barn Durango and having this Zoom meeting, that we can kind of walk you through this process and make it easier to pick out a ski boot. Because I know right now, if I see a picture of your foot, I can probably pick you out 3 boots on this wall, and there's probably 50 more besides these boots that will be the right boots for your feet. And if you're trying to pick that out online, it's nearly impossible. And I know that because ski boots get returned all the time. So we're making this video. I'm making another video that you're going to want to watch of how the boot should fit once you receive it. And I think that video will be extremely helpful also. So let's take the confusion out of buying a ski boot. Watch the video, take the measurements, book your consultation, let the experts here at the Ski Barn find you the right boot.